Welcome back to FarmBeats for Students, Precision Agriculture Experiences for School and Home. In this video, we're going to explore the free classroom materials that are available to you on the Microsoft Educator Center. This is at aka.ms/FarmBeats for Students, and you can find the link below in our comments. When you get to the page, you'll see a box on the right called Teacher Resources. You can download all the classroom materials here. First is the hardware build instructions. This is a single document that will show you how to put the hardware kit together, and at the end, how to flash the SD card that came with the Raspberry Pi. Or if you have a Pi of your own, you can use those instructions to flash your own SD card. The Teacher Resources download includes the things you'll need if you're planning to teach the curriculum. The build instructions are here, along with the AI for K-12 material, the teacher guide, the Getting Started guide for teachers, and an illustration showing you how the pieces of the FarmBeats for Students program work together. We'll take a look at all these files in a minute, and I'll show you where you should start. The next link is the 7 student activities. FarmBeats for Students Lesson 1 is the fundamentals of technology. In this lesson plan, there are 7 activities for your students. We'll take a look at each one of these in other videos. The instructor presentations are the PowerPoint decks and scripts you can use as an instructor when you use them in the classroom. Get Everything will give you all the FarmBeats for Students content, including all the files in the other links. So if you want everything, you only need to click this link. When you do click a link, it will open up a new window and start a download on your computer. Be aware that most of these files, particularly Get Everything, are very large. You want to make sure you have a good connection and aren't on a restricted or slow connection. Continuing down the page, you'll see a quick description of the program with a link to the FarmBeats for Students video. There's a description of the student experiences with a link to the AI for K-12 page. Next is the same illustration I mentioned that you have in your teacher resources. It tells you what you should do to get started quickly with FarmBeats for Students. You want to explore your hardware kit. You want to take a look at the classroom materials like we're doing together here. You want to learn to use all the FarmBeats for Students tools. And then you want to use it all together to gain insights about your garden while learning new things about AI, machine learning, and the Internet of Things, or the Internet of Living Things. Keep going and you'll get links to each of the 5 lesson plans, one for each of the 5 big ideas from AI for K-12. If you've already downloaded Get Everything, you already have these lessons. If you only want to teach one of the lessons, clicking on the Get Lesson link will give you everything you need for that big idea, the teacher resources, the student activities, and any other supporting material. The bottom of the page shows you the software requirements and gives you a link to purchase the FarmBeats for Student kit from our partner, Seed Studios. Okay, let's take a deeper dive into the classroom materials. Remember this visual? We talked about the sensor kit in a previous video, so today we're looking at the second step, the classroom materials. Once you get everything, you'll want to navigate to that download on your computer and extract the files. And when you do, this is what you'll see. If you're a teacher, I recommend you open up the FarmBeats for Students Getting Started Guide for Teachers. This document will explain the FarmBeats for Students program and give you the background you need to start presenting the material in your classroom. We recommend that you start by visiting the AI for K-12 webpage and learning about the 5 big ideas. Next, open up the AI for K-12 folder and look at the Envisioning AI for K-12 document. It's a quick read, and it'll give you the big picture of what we're doing. Optionally, you can print the 5 big ideas poster for your classroom and take a look at the progression charts. Next, look at the Teacher Resources folder in your download. Look through the Lesson 1 Teacher Guide. This is a long document, but unlike the high-level view you got before, this will give you every little detail you need, including a day-by-day timeline, background and notes for all the activities, lab and technology prep, and a lot more. Next up are the PowerPoint presentations. There are 7, one for each big idea, along with an introduction and conclusion. Big Idea 5 covers the societal impact of AI. You can teach this as a lesson of its own, or you can include pieces of it as you go along. Next, the student activities. Lesson 1 has 7 of them. Review the activities to see how it fits into the day-by-day timeline. You want to make sure the links and the tech you'll use work in your classroom. If you haven't used Excel's Data Streamer, Ideas, or the Lobe application, you'll also want to familiarize yourself with those. The end of the Getting Started Guide for Teachers has tips for working with Excel and information on how to get help. The FarmBeats for Students curriculum is open source. This means that it's free for you and that you can share it and even modify it to fit your needs. The day-by-day lesson plan is just a suggestion. You can take it and change it up to meet the needs of your classroom. You can also do the same with the presentations. Add, remove, or update the slide deck to fit your needs. Finally, be aware that we have a lot of resources online to help you. If you want more lessons, keep an eye on FFA's site. They plan to add additional lessons, and those will be available to you too. We'll keep adding more videos here, and if you want to dig deeper, check out the GitHub repo where you can learn about the inner workings of the code that make it all work. I'll pin these links in the comments. I hope you found this helpful as you start your journey with the FarmBeats for Students kits. Now get out there and start growing!